In the economic arena, it seems we're on the brink of a pivotal juncture, where the Federal Reserve has just wrapped up its final meeting of 2023. The headlines are buzzing with a mix of caution and anticipation. Hold on to your seats, because the stage is set for what could be a roller coaster ride in the coming year. So, here's the lowdown. The Fed has decided to keep interest rates as they are for now, but here's the kicker: they're hinting at 3 potential rate cuts in the next year. That's a significant move, but what's even more interesting is that the market seems to be gearing up for an even bigger shakeup. Investors are betting on a whopping 1.5% in interest rate cuts for the upcoming year, double what the Fed itself is thinking. Now, why the fuss? Well, recent market moves are telling us a story of a shift towards lower interest rates. Prices of assets like gold, silver, Bitcoin, S&P 500, and Dow are skyrocketing, and the reason? Expectations of rate cuts in 2024. It's like the market is responding with a resounding yes to the idea of cheaper money. Let's dive a bit deeper into the Fed's mindset. They've got this thing called the dot plot, which essentially lays out their year-end projections. According to this plot, we're looking at a minimum of 3 rate cuts in 2024. But, and it's a big but, these are expectations, not carved-in-stone plans. It all hinges on the data that's yet to roll in. Enter Jerome Powell, the head honcho at the Federal Reserve. He's acknowledging a slowdown in the rate of inflation. But, and this is crucial, he's warning us not to break out the victory dance just yet. Prices aren't dropping, it's just the pace of inflation that's taking a breather. Powell is tossing around this idea of the real rate of interest, suggesting that any adjustment to interest rates will be riding on the trajectory of inflation. It's like trying to steer a ship through murky waters, choppy and uncertain. Now, let's talk balance sheets. The Federal Reserve's got this big, complex balance sheet that represents the total dollar value of its assets. Currently, they're tightening things up, engaging in what they call quantitative tightening. Translation, they're pulling money out of the system. And guess what? Despite the buzz about rate cuts, they're not planning to change the strategy. It's like they're saying, yeah, we might cut rates, but we're keeping a tight grip on the money flow. Powell throws in a mention of the reverse repo facility. Sounds technical, right? Well, it's on its way to zero, as planned. And then there's talk about bank reserves, another piece of the puzzle in the grand economic scheme. Powell's signaling that this quantitative tightening business is here to stay, but here's where it gets interesting, or worrisome, depending on your perspective. The Federal Reserve is dropping hints of a looming recession in 2024. Why? They're pointing fingers at a slowdown in economic activity. Now, usually, when a recession is on the horizon, the go-to move is lowering interest rates. It's like a shot in the arm for a struggling economy. But Powell steps in to clarify, it's not a done deal. It's contingent on the data that's still playing hide-and-seek in the future. And here's the history lesson. Take a peek at the economic timeline since the 1950s. Every time the Federal Reserve decided to hit the brakes on interest rates, it either triggered or coincided with a recession. There are a couple of exceptions, 1966 to 67 and 1984, but they're like rare birds in a flock of common pigeons. So, the big question is, are we heading for a rough patch, and can the Fed's planned rate cuts be the magic potion to dodge the looming recession? In a nutshell, we're navigating uncharted waters here. The Fed is straddling between potential rate cuts and a tightening of the money supply. The market is placing bets on a substantial cut in interest rates. Powell and his team are acknowledging economic headwinds, but aren't ready to commit to a recession just yet. It's a game of economic chess, and the pieces are moving with the uncertain grace of a tightrope walker. What does all this mean for the average Joe or Jane? Well, buckle up. Your financial landscape might be in for a wild ride. Interest rates could go down, which might mean cheaper loans, but also lower returns on your savings. Asset prices are on a roller coaster, and the job market might start feeling the tremors of an economic slowdown. It's a delicate dance between growth and caution, and we're all spectators in this economic theater. As we watch the drama unfold, one thing is for certain, the decisions made by the Federal Reserve in the coming months will have a ripple effect on our wallets, investments, and the overall health of the economy. So, keep your eyes peeled, ears open, and maybe stash a little extra cash under the mattress, just in case. The economic stage is set, and the script is still being written. Welcome to the suspenseful world of finance, where every move counts, and the stakes are as high as they get. Please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with friends to support our content. The information is for general purposes. Viewers should conduct research and consult professionals for financial decisions.